Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we just blatantly call someone a terrorist and then deny that we ever did it, even though there's 4 witnesses.
Correct.
Holy shit.
Her family is garbage.
This is real garbage shit.
Her family is terrible.
They're terrible. They're terrible. There's a lot of terrible people on this show.
There really are.
We'll get to them.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to thank everyone for supporting us on our Murder Club tier. We've had so many people join.
It's amazing.
To hear us talk about Gypsy Rose.
And Kian.
And
Hot Rod.
And Rod. Who everybody's saying Timmy looks like.
There is absolutely a resemblance there.
Put
a little cap on him, see what happens.
I should try that.
Yeah, try that. Just see what happens.
Yeah. We'll have some role playing going on. Okay, Timmy, you wear this cap.
And I need you to start talking with a real thick Cajun drawl. Start
telling me how you're trawling and how, we need to get the mud between our toes.
Right.
Timmy will be like, what are you talking about?
You freaking weirdo. What are you going on about?
Last night, somebody asked Timmy if he played guitar, and I was like, that's a great idea. You should take it up.
It's not like you don't have a guitar sitting right there.
Right there.
Get him on the YouTube. We can teach him guitar.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to say too that we finished Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, but we're going to do Prison Confessions.
Correct.
Because I can't stop, won't stop.
I know you need more of this. You're not done yet.
How did I miss this?
I don't know. Were you in a bunker somewhere? I don't understand.
Also, quick announcement that the $8 tier, we've just changed the branding on it. It's called Down the Rabbit Hole now. It's where we put things that we're obsessed with, which in hindsight, Gypsy Rose maybe should have gone there.
Yeah.
But she started on Murder Club, and we're going to keep her there for all the people who signed up for her. But we're going to be deep diving into the Murdaugh case.
Right.
On Down the Rabbit Hole. So
where you recently learned that he killed both his son and his wife.
Because Amy knew nothing about it. Well, I did, but I had it all wrong.
You had it all wrong. You knew things, just the things you knew were incorrect.
Of course. Also this week, you're going to get your Plathville on the free feed, and you're going to get, what else are we doing, Amanda? Oh, House of the Dragon.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do we have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
Anything going on in BDFs?
I don't think so.
All right. Backdoor Friends, guys, is our Facebook group. Jump
come on in.
You have
to
answer a few questions. Nothing crazy.
Nope.
And come on in.
Nope.
All right. Here we go. We are talking about the Matt Sharp joint that is Forbidden Love. Season 1, episode 2. How you feeling about this show? We're 2 episodes in. What are you thinking?
I don't like any of the people on the show.
That's a problem.
I find most of them to be particularly unlikable.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through it, and I'm with you.
Yeah.
But do you
actually, you know what? Now, the new woman that we met this week,
I like her, and I like
her.
Kris too.
Yeah, I like them. They seem okay.
So far.
TBD.
And I like their family.
Yeah.
Do you agree though that this show is like if Matt Sharp just pulled out like in other words, this is one tenant of 90 Day. And he's just plucked that out.
Yes, just a religious difference.
Yeah.
Because that shows up on 90 Day sometimes, not often, but it does show up, particularly with these women who are getting these Muslim men from Northern Africa, like Morocco and
bringing them to like Iowa.
Right. And then they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, I'm going to walk around dressed like a hoochie mama, and you're going to want me to be very modest. And now we're going to have that fight.
Yeah.
Because it's just check that off the bingo card.
Yeah. What else are you watching? Anything good besides this stuff?
We're watching
you said
Haunting of Bly Manor.
Bly Manor, right.
Correct.
Is it good?
It is good. It's not as good as Hill House.
Yeah.
But it is good. I'm enjoying it. I think next we'll move to that Presumed Innocent that you told us about.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's good.
Yeah, we're doing Inmate to Roommate, as I said.
Peter Skarsgård, who's not
related to Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes, thank you.
But I always think they are, but they're not. Different families.
Yes. Well, I mean, come on. They look alike, kind of.
They look like they could come from the same people, and if you don't see the spelling of their name, it appears to be the same.
Right. Yeah.
But Maggie Gyllenhaal is definitely married to Peter Skarsgård.
Yeah, he looks short.
I don't know if he's short.
I'm going to say he's 5'8", 5'9".
5'11".
5'11", okay.
5'11", not short.
That's taller than I thought, but under 6 foot.
Under 6 foot, but that's pretty tall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's average height. They have one child named Ramona.
Oh, I love that.
I do too. And Maggie is 5'9".
She's gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
And then Jake is 6 feet tall. Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal.
He is very cute.
He's a very pretty man.
Yeah, he's not on my twin flame board.
No, but he's he's objectively very pretty.
Yes.
He's very pretty. Yeah.
All right. We are going to start with, I don't have the title of this. I'm sorry. Do we know it? All right, guys, we're back. It's called Love Stinks. So this is season 1, episode 2, Love Stinks. Okay.
Correct.
We're going to start with Eli and Laurie.
Okay.
Laurie's getting rid of her clothes and her pots, and her sister Angela is her ride or die.
They look almost exactly the same.
They do.
It's really,
Laurie is explaining that the pots have been used to cook non-kosher food, so she has to get rid of them. And Angela's like, oh my God, they're such beautiful pots. What are you going to do with them? Really?
They didn't look that beautiful.
No.
I mean, they just look like nice pots, but like, I don't feel like we had the, highest level of all clad that she was handing over.
Agreed. These were not Emerald Lagasse pots.
No. Emerald Lagasse.
My sister bought me his cookware.
Oh, nice.
So Laurie explains that there are a lot of rules around keeping a kosher kitchen. Milk and meat cannot mix because it's akin to cooking the animal in its mother's milk. Mm-hmm. They can't even touch. She said, I can't put cheese on my meatballs because it's a sin. And I have 2 different sinks, sponges, everything. It's just crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy. And I just wrote, this feels really disrespectful, and I don't like her.
I don't like her at all. I think she's not taking this remotely seriously.
It's real disrespect. Like you don't start calling somebody's religious customs nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can say like this is way harder than I bargained for.
Right. Wow, I didn't know there'd be so many rules.
Right.
This feels like overkill to me, but it is what the rules, whatever it is. But she is so disrespect. I feel like she's just like, whatever, through this whole thing. And like, this is very serious.
It's bad.
And it's very important to him and his family, particularly his mother.
Yes.
Who we'll meet shortly. Yes. I just feel like she is incredibly disrespectful.
I agree. We see some of the clothes she's given away, and she says she loved wearing these hot, sexy clothes, which include, Amanda, a tank top with guns all over it.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
She says, now I need to be a modest, sexy Jew. She says at first this was for love, but now it's for me too. And Angela asks her, well, what do you get out of it? Laurie says, I'm getting a place for my spirituality. Really?
This doesn't appear to be particularly spiritual, girl.
Angela tells the camera if it wasn't for Eli, she 100% would not be doing this.
100%.
And she says, I like Eli. And, I think this is great, but like, I hope she's not feeling pressure to convert. I hope she's not doing it only for him.
She's only doing it for him.
Totally doing it only for him.
And by the way, these two have been banging for years. I don't know. There's something inauthentic about him, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I find
these two people very unlikable.
Yeah, not a fan.
I liked him at first, and now I'm not really.
Yeah, I thought he might be hot, but no.
No. Plus he's short, which makes him not hot to you.
They talk about how she has to wear a wig.
He might be hot.
They talk about how she has to wear a wig. So Orthodox women do not show their hair in public after their wedding, with a headscarf or a wig referred to in Yiddish as, is it a sheitel? Sheitel?
Sheitel, I believe.
They signal to the surroundings that they are married and that they comply with traditional notions of propriety. Mm-hmm. Okay. Angela says, do you have to have sex between sheets with the hole in them? Laurie's like, no. But Rabbi Block did say the man has to be on top and doggy style is not permitted.
And really? Then
like, do they really? This is again the don't tread on me stuff. Like, you're telling me,
no, there's a lot of rules.
Position I need to have in sex.
I think so.
I think I would have a problem with that over anything else.
And I think the fact that she's like, yeah, we're not even allowed to do doggy. And the producer's like, but have you? And she's like, well, these two are banging and they shouldn't be. And they're banging.
Angela says, you are you and you're so conservative. And Angela tells the camera, Laurie, the Laurie I used to know is gone. And this is pretty intense. And she says, I don't want to lose my sister. So she says, I'm sorry. She says like Laurie. Laurie.
It's a very Boston accent.
Yeah. Laurie is meeting up with Jackie, Eli's mom. And they're going to a wig salon.
Which, oh my God, that place. I want to go get wigs.
To get there with my 6 wisps on my head.
Can I go get wigs too?
I'm absolutely staring down the barrel of a wig as an older lady. And I need, the other day I was in the grocery store.
Yeah.
I saw this little old lady walking around. She had to be 4'11", which will be me. She was like, grasping onto her cart, just kind of walking around. She had the worst wig I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a mullet wig.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, my God, I need to avoid that fate. Like, somebody needs to pick out a nice wig for me.
I got you. We're not going to let you look a fool.
Okay.
We're going to go to this wig store. Can you imagine how expensive these wigs are at this fancy LA wig store? They're gorgeous. The one that they put on her, I was like, I want my hair to look like that.
I know.
Yeah.
She says Eli's parents did not take our relationship seriously because I'm not Jewish. Okay.
I don't like her.
Eli tells her like they love you. What are you talking about? And he says, look, both my mom and my sister cover their hair. Like this is a thing.
Yep.
Jackie says, so this is what you will do. God willing, the conversion happens. She says,
God willing, you can get your act together, girl, because it's not going well.
She says your hair will be private between you and your husband. And the salon owner backs her up. The salon owner is like, look, I will not wear my wig at home, but I wear it everywhere in public that I go. Laurie seems to be hearing this information for the first time ever, even though she's been taking conversion classes for like a year. It's weird.
I don't like her.
The wigs are all made out of human hair. And Laurie wonders, can we even get a wig that is like long enough to cover my long hair? Mom says, your hair's real thin, so you'll be fine.
I like his mom. His mom has 0 fucks to give.
I like her too.
And is reading Laurie for filth. And
they try some wigs on. The first one is really dark. And she says she feels like Morticia Addams. And I agree. She was not a good look. The second one she tries on is like light brown with highlights. I wrote she looks beautiful.
Yeah. And that's the one I wanted. I was like, I want my hair to look like that.
Now, this next sentence, she says, if she phrased things like this, I would have less problems with her. She says, this is going to be hard for me because I feel like my hair is a big part of my identity. Okay. That is a legitimate concern.
Absolutely. And if you were not raised in a culture where you knew that this was what's going to happen in your life, it is an adjustment. Yeah. My hair is a big part of my thing. Like I would be really wigged out if all of us be really wigged out if I had to wear a wig. Like it feels strange, but I get it.
I've never had a love affair with my hair. I hate it.
Okay.
Mom tells the camera, covering your hair if you're Orthodox is not a choice. This is happening. And she tells Laurie, you can ask Rabbi Block about this. It's a thing. I'm not making this up.
Nope.
Now, Laurie, again, this is a legitimate concern. She says, when I was in sobriety, I've been working really hard to regain my identity. And I worry that, I'm going to lose it again.
Yeah.
Legitimate concern.
Completely.
Keeping I statements.
Yes.
Legitimate concern.
I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm worried. I don't know how to adjust to this. All fine.
Yep.
You are wrong for wanting this. Not fine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. New couple alert. These folks are in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we meet Lenza, who is 32 and Muslim, and Kris, who's 37 Pentecostal.
He's adorable.
He's real cute. He reminds me of, he looks like the pastry chef on The Bear, Marcus.
Oh, he does a bit. Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah, very cute.
So Kris says his father is a Pentecostal preacher.
Uh-huh.
Boy, is he ever.
Oh, yeah. This guy.
He's Pentecostal preacher to the power, like Miss Karen would say.
This guy loves Jesus.
They all love Jesus.
Like we thought Rod and Christy loved Jesus. This guy loves Jesus a lot more than Rod and Christy do. And they really love Jesus.
Okay, I was just going to ask you, who loves Jesus more?
I think these people love Jesus more than Rod and Christy.
Okay.
I think so.
So Kris tells us, you think you've seen Pentecostal, you've never seen this. And he says,
how he's like, this is where I grew up. I'm very comfortable in it, but also I realize how crazy this looks to the outside world.
Yeah, he's like, this is extreme.
Yeah.
So he says, we believe in the Holy Spirit and the Holy Ghost, and it's like a direct channel open to God.
Sure.
And he says, people get real wild, and it's incredible. Now, I just want to say something. This looks like a ton of fucking fun.
Oh my God. I want to go to one of these services.
Like, these people, they're not harming anyone.
No.
They're having a blast.
They're real into Jesus and having a good time.
So he says, I've witnessed my father speak in tongue numerous times. So we see Dad just start, going in. I will not imitate it because that would be disrespectful.
We're not doing that.
But it is something to behold.
It is something to be seen.
And
I would like just a whole show of his dad. His dad is just the most animated guy that's been on TV in a while.
He's fascinating.
He is.
He talks directly to God, Amanda.
Of course he does.
And Kris, he acknowledges, like, this might be scary for some people. And talking in tongues is creepy.
It
freaks me out a little bit.
It freaks me out a little bit because it starts to feel like we're one step away from The Exorcist, which also freaked me out.
Oh my God, I was just going to say, it reminds me of Reagan in The Exorcist.
Yeah, it's when people start speaking in words that do not appear to be words that makes me, and they're channeling something, I get real nervous.
Right. It's the same reason that I'm scared of horses, because their eyes look like they know more than I do.
Right.
And I feel like this guy might know more than me. Well, he clearly does. He might know something more is out there than I know.
It always makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kris says, as a kid, I would laugh when I saw my dad doing this. And he's like, now, we do draw a line. We don't use like snakes or any of that wild shit. But he says, that's not a black church that's doing that weird shit. Dad has been a preacher for 45 years, but he's retired, but he likes to dabble. He likes to dabble in the tongue.
As you do. As you do.
He says, my dad's a hero. He says, I have gone down the wrong path. And I've been caught up in some sports betting and stuff. And my dad has brought me back and has kept me closer to God.
Hey, this family seems lovely.
They seem very lovely.
Yeah.
My dad expected me to marry someone in the church and start a family and kind of repeat what him and my mom have going on here.
Of course.
So my family was stunned when I fell in love with the Muslim woman.
Dun, dun, dun. Now we meet her.
Lenza is 32, lives in Michigan.
She's adorable.
She's adorable. Now, the way that I have in my mind that they met is, it seems like on a work call.
Yeah, something work related.
Okay. She and a friend are shopping, and she's Muslim. She says her family's Ethiopian.
Mm-hmm.
She grew up in a strict Muslim household. She has 3 sisters. Dad's super strict. When she was 18, Amanda, her parents arranged a marriage for her, and she got pregnant, and she had a son once she was married.
Mm-hmm.
They divorced shortly after. She says it didn't go good.
No.
At 31, they arranged another marriage for her with a Saudi man, and she goes, I just couldn't stand how he was talking to me. I think I had been in America for too long by this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting to me when, and we don't see this a lot, but it's so interesting to me when we see women who really think of America as freedom.
Yeah.
It reminds you that it is that to
For
many
a lot
people.
of people. Yep.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I think it's a good reminder sometimes.
If she'd lived in Ethiopia her whole life, she wouldn't have been exposed to a different way of being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And wouldn't want more. Or
Like, I know,
not more, different. Wouldn't want different.
I know a lot of times I'm like, oh, everybody thinks America's the shining beacon on the hill and da-da-da. But sometimes it's a good reminder that to some people it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So she says so they divorced and her parents were disappointed and they're kind of like, you're done. We're done setting up these marriages. We're not doing it anymore.
You're a failure at life and we can't help you anymore, basically.
She said she was taking a break, but then she met Kris at work.
Yep.
So I'm thinking it's a remote company, kind of like your situation.
It could be. Yeah. Or they just could have multiple offices and they came together for something.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she's in Michigan and he's in Ohio. So, but he's in Cincinnati, so he's in Southern Ohio.
Okay.
And she's where was she? Grand Rapids?
Oh, I don't have it. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. We're back and we failed to provide the information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. The internet wasn't telling us quickly, so we gave up.
So she says, we didn't think we could be together. I didn't think this would work.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very persistent and very hot.
Mm-hmm.
And one weekend he drove 5 hours just to take her to dinner.
Yeah. So yeah, they're about 5 hours apart.
Very sweet.
Sense. Yeah.
Her parents do not know about Kris because he is non-Muslim. Yeah. She says she loves him. She wants to marry him. And she hopes he'll convert. He's not going to convert.
Now, here's the problem. She wants him to convert. He wants her to convert.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground to that. Unless you both just practice your own religions.
Amanda, this is truly forbidden love.
This truly is forbidden love. What are they going to do? Everyone else is willing to convert. Neither of these people want to convert to the other thing. Well,
what do you do in that case? You
Elmer
just have
and
to
Lindsay
break
didn't
up.
convert because he left his religion.
You just have to break up, right?
I think that's what you have to do. Or you have to live as a two religious family, to which his father was like, a house divided will not stand. Or his brother said that.
His mother said that.
Oh, his mother said that? Okay. Yeah. Someone in his family said that.
So later we meet George, Kathy, and Kevin. This is Kris's dad, mom, and brother.
Mm-hmm.
George, Kathy, and Kevin, yeah. They sing together, and it's lovely.
It is lovely.
This is what they do in their free time. They just sit around, they praise Jesus. This is what they like to do.
Sounds good to me.
Kris tells them Lenza is arriving in town, and Dad's like, so she's coming back.
We haven't gotten rid of this one yet.
Kris tells the camera, my dad told Lenza that there's no path to heaven without Jesus. See, this is where I start to have a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm glad that they have this faith. Right.
Yes.
I'm glad they have this faith. I'm glad they love it.
Yep.
I'm glad it brings them joy. You don't need to make someone else believe the same thing.
No. Same thing on Love After Lockup with that Zariah.
Yeah.
They want her boyfriend to just start preaching in their church when he gets out. Never have asked him what his religious orientation is.
Right. Are you interested in doing that even?
So she'll be here for 2 weeks. And Dad says, look, she's a very nice person, whether she accepts Jesus or not. I don't think she chose this, her Islam religion. I believe it was forced on her by her parents. And Kris is like you did to us.
Right.
Exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
Dad says, well, that's different. You have felt the presence of the Lord. And Dad says,
maybe she has too.
Dad says, when you feel it, it's something you don't want to leave you. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
Maybe she's had the same experience of experiencing Allah. Like,
yes. Kris says, I love her. And
the idea that there's only one right path that just really,
it drives me crazy. Kris says, I love her. I want to marry her. But can two people of different religions get married? And Dad says, it is possible, but not right. Mom says, a house divided will not stand. Isn't it a house divided against itself will not stand?
I believe so.
Is that our Abe Lincoln? Is that our Sir Abraham Lincoln?
Sir Abraham Lincoln.
A house divided among itself.
Okay, hold on. House divided cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand is a quote from Abraham Lincoln's House Divided speech, which he delivered at the Illinois State Capitol in Springfield, June 16th, 1858, so before the Civil War. Mm-hmm. The speech was a condemnation of the country's growing disunity over the issue of slavery, and Lincoln used the metaphor of the Union as a house to convey his message. The full quote is, a house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free.
Gotta love Abe Lincoln.
Gotta love Abe Lincoln. He knew how to put a word together.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so Dad says, I think I can show her the way and convert her. He tells the camera, Kris tells the camera, I'm open to learning more about Islam. And Lenza wants me to convert, but I will literally be disowned.
Yeah.
I just wrote, this is really sad.
This is really sad. And the father going, I just want to, teach her about Jesus. If Lenza came to his father and said, I want to learn more about your faith. I want to talk about what it would mean to move to your faith.
Yes.
then that's fine that he teaches this stuff.
Mhm.
But if she just walks into the room and he starts like throwing Jesus at her, not good.
Amanda, did you know that there's a bunch of people trying to recruit? There's a bunch of Jesus people trying to recruit other people on the Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk, and they're
Oh.
using bros to do it now. Did you know this?
No. Are they Jehovah's Witnesses?
Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
So
I just say Jehovah's Witnesses because they're the ones you usually see standing around with like pamphlets trying to.
I don't know, but we were tricked by a bro. Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
So down in Ocean City, Maryland, there are these sand figurines that are carved out that are of Jesus, and there's one of like the apostles. There's like a bunch of different scenes.
Okay.
And they've been there since I was a kid. Like this guy just does this. Okay. So my mother's convinced that this is a scam, that there's no way that these things can survive torrential rain, wind, and still look as good as they look.
Right. Makes sense to me.
So I'm saying to my mother, well, Mom, clearly they're like using something.
Yeah.
To keep, I believe it is sand.
But there's some sort of epoxy or something to keep it all together.
Yes. So we're approaching the statues. We're walking down the boardwalk and we're approaching them. And there's a young bro there with a shovel. Clearly looks like he is in charge of cleaning up, grooming, whatever.
Okay.
And I mean, he was probably 17.
Okay.
I'm like, Mom, go approach that bro and ask him. So he's got the backwards hat on. Like he's broed out. He's got the gym shorts. Okay.
He's got the backwards hat on. Would Matt Maher have been into him?
He would have been probably if he had been 18.
Got it. Yes. If he'd been old enough. Yes.
So my mom goes over and she approaches this guy. And my mom is super respectful. She was brought up Roman Catholic. So she's never going to be like, what the hell is this God shit?
Right. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm wondering how you care for these murals, these moments in sand, if you will.
Right. Yeah.
So the kid's like, oh, well, we spray them with a certain type of glue that holds it in place and da-da-da. And he's like, the guy who does it is right over there. So we swivel our little head around and there's this older gentleman who's sitting on a bench with a wild like grin on his face, which, okay. And there's a little crowd around him. Like people are talking to him about how he does this and da-da-da. Sure. There's a little donation jar out there. The kid's like, if you like the statues, you could donate to help with their upkeep, whatever. Then he goes, my mother's like, okay, but how are they done? Like, does he do it by hand? Does he have to, like, my mother's asking about the process. He's like, well, let me explain to you. And he whips out 2 brochures. And it's like, Get Closer to God is the title. And he hands one to my mother and he goes to hand one to me. And of course I'm like, no, thanks. And I put my hands up and I cross my arms real quick.
Oh boy. Okay.
And my mother's holding it and she's looking at it and you could tell it takes her a minute to process that she's just been broed.
Right.
And she's like, whoa, wait a minute here. And the guy starts going on about how she needs to be closer to Jesus.
There you go.
And Mom quickly hands back the brochure and she says to me, let's get out of here. So then we quick beeline away from that guy and we were almost sucked into a magician's act in our trying to get away from this guy. So that's what happened. Then later, we're going down the boardwalk and we see another bro and he's got a crowd around him and he's got some poster boards up and it's like, what is X? And I'm like, oh, what's happening here? Are we doing a math equation? What's happening? X is like your love of Jesus and he's showing you different ways it manifests in your life. I'm like, what is happening on this boardwalk?
Okay. So I just, as you were telling this, I just Googled, what did I Google? Ocean City, Maryland religious statues. And so there's a Faith, Hope, Love statue located on the boardwalk in downtown Ocean City since 1981. These beautiful creations have been sculpted by local artist Randy Hoffman. The sculptures Hoffman creates requires an entire day to create. What talent and dedication. So this is just like a little statue of it. So now we know it's Randy Hoffman. Let's find out more because I think this is very important. Okay. I don't know why I'm really.
Did you see the statues? Did it show them?
Well, hold on here. Oh, here's Randy Hoffman. Oh, my company blocks it.
Oh, let me see if I can find it.
Okay. Just go to randyhoffman.com and it's one F, HOFMAN.
Oh. randyhoffman.com.
There's something on HuffPo.
Okay. Quick look, biblical sand scriptures, coloring pages, icons. He sells a DVD.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the picture. I mean, they're lovely.
Yeah, I mean, they're impressive looking for sure.
They're really fucking impressive. And I love that Randy Hoffman loves Jesus.
Great.
But we can talk about it without you trying to
make me also love Jesus.
Capture my mom and get her in there.
Right. Oh my God. There are a lot of these. These are crazy looking.
He's
They're
got
very
coloring
cool.
pages. Oh wow, yes he does.
Oh, there's one that's lit up.
Oh yeah, they're all lit up.
Wow.
They're really beautiful.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of images of them. They are impressive.
He also does sidewalk chalk.
Okay.
And he takes like reservations. Like you can hire him.
Okay.
To do like a little heart for yourself. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, there we go.
All right, guys. So that's been your...
Never not call this the Learning Channel.
That's been your Broshan City...
Yeah, update. Okay, good. For a second, I was like, I thought you were going to say, and that's your forbidden love. I'm like, no, we still have to talk about Muhammad and what's her bucket.
Here we go.
Okay.
Ashley and Muhammad.
Ashley, yeah.
So Ashley's helping her sisters plan Sister Jen's birthday party.
I don't like
Sister
anyone in
Jen,
her family.
I've decided now. I don't know what I said she looked like last week, but I'm saying Long Island medium. Did I say that last week?
Brunette, okay. Long Island medium.
I can't unsee that.
Yeah, it's really what she looks like.
So she tells the camera, Kelly and I are similar, but my sister Jennifer's a big bitch, basically.
And she's got a big snit on her face all the time.
All the time. She says, sometimes my family is really rude and disrespectful to Muhammad. And she and Jennifer have not spoken for 2 years after some of these incidents. Jennifer says, I don't like the way Muhammad talks to you sometimes. He seems very controlling and it's different than how we were raised. And she tells the camera if he wants to control everything and uses words like obey. And if someone told me to obey them, I'd tell them to get fucked. Okay. If this is the problem, this makes sense. It would be very hard for me to watch my sister, who's a very independent woman. I know. Jenny would never deal with this.
Jenny asking Jenny to obey them. She'd be like, fuck yourself. In her best Brooklyn attitude. Like, fuck right off.
No. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this would be hard. I get that.
I'd be concerned.
That is a legitimate concern.
I would be like, this seems like a vast departure from the person I know.
Right. And again, I would just be judging them on what I'm seeing, not on what I saw on a certain news network that just tells me they're terrorists.
Right. No.
It's ridiculous.
I would be concerned if I'm concerned. I'd be concerned. Well, you know why I'd be concerned? Because Ashley moved there and married the guy the next day. That's why I'm concerned. Yeah. But they do have a cute baby, so it seems to be okay.
Jennifer says, look, I did not specifically say I thought he was a terrorist. Now, here's Jennifer's version of it. Okay. Jennifer says, here's what's happened. Ashley was sitting there saying, you have a problem with Muhammad. And I was like, I'm not sitting here calling him a terrorist or anything.
I hate this woman.
Okay. Ashley says, no.
That's not what happened.
We're not rewriting history so you don't look like a terrible human on camera. She says, I was on the phone with him. You walked out of the room and came back in and just yelled out, terrorist. Sister Kelly chimes in and says, yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Jennifer says, no, I didn't.
Okay, Jennifer.
Ashley tells the camera, Kelly and I both heard it. She walked in and said, fucking terrorist. Amanda, whose side are we on? 100% Ashley, right?
100% Ashley. Her family is, well, Jennifer and her mother are terrible.
Yeah. Then Jennifer tried to say that she wasn't talking to him, Amanda. She was just, yelling out fucking terrorist to somebody else in the room.
Because I walk around all the time just screaming, fucking terrorist.
This is awful. This is so awful. Ashley tells Jennifer, you have to understand what this means to Muhammad.
Right.
It's triggering. Like, go back to the anti-Muslim sentiment after 9/11. I would argue it's always been there.
Right.
But after 9/11, things got real fucking dangerous for Muslim people in this country.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
So Sister Kelly says, I was really stunned that she said this, but she said it. Let me go on record here. She said it.
Yeah.
Ashley just wants Jen to apologize. But of course, Jen says, I don't have anything to apologize for. I didn't say it directly to him.
Jen is an asshole.
She's trash.
Yeah.
Later, Ashley picks Muhammad up from the airport, and she's dressed in like a tank dress, and he's not real happy with it.
Which, she wore to antagonize him. Like, this is this game that we play, which just really annoys me. Like, I wouldn't want someone telling me how to dress. Sure. I am, as we're sitting here right now, in a tank. Actually, it's a nightgown, but still like a total tank thing.
Mm-hmm. It's offensive to me.
I know you're offended.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be with somebody who was telling me how to dress. But that's why I wouldn't marry somebody who has expectations of how I'm going to dress.
Right. But also, like, if I'm in love with a Muslim man who wants me dressed conservatively, I'm going to go pick him up from the airport in, like, I don't know, a t-shirt that's covering more of my body.
Right. Period. Exactly. Maybe I'll wear that when he's not around and he might not know, which still feels kind of shitty to me, but at least it's not throwing it in his face.
Yes. So she tells him that men are required to cover certain parts of their body as well, and he's not observing those things.
Good point.
She says he wears shorts, and he takes his shirt off when they're at the beach, and he's not supposed to.
Yep.
So she's making some good points here.
She's making very good points, but it's this whole thing of like, well, no one's going to look at me because I'm a man, but, men will look at you because you're a woman and they won't be able to control themselves.
Yeah.
I just hate that.
So he has brought along a thobe, which is a long white garment with long sleeves, and he's wearing it to Jen's birthday.
He's just trying to like, this is where I'm like, all of you need to stop.
Yep. Ashley tells the camera, it's so funny because he won't wear this in Rochester because he doesn't want to stand out, but he picks this in this lily white town.
Mm-hmm.
He brought her an abaya. We saw her in the abaya last episode. He tells the camera, when her family sees us together in traditional clothes, it will send a message that we are united. They strike a deal that she'll wear the abaya, but she's not wearing the head piece of it.
Right. She's not wearing a hijab.
So this is the opposite. Oh, she tells the camera, my family thinks he's controlling me, and this is not a good message here. This is the opposite of what we should be doing going into this.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. So she says, but, I want him to feel comfortable. So he wants to feel, and he probably does feel so alone and isolated and discriminated against and picked up, like walking into this room.
Oh my God. I wouldn't want to walk into this room.
Mm-mm. And maybe this does make him feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And her sending the message, like, I'm in this with him.
Helps him.
Yeah. So he tells the camera, if they're rude, I'm out of there. And they will not see my wife or my daughter. You can't speak for your wife, dude. She can see her family if she wants to. I would argue she should not see Jen, the Long Island medium gone wrong. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. If she wants to not see her family, that's fine. You can't tell her not to see her family.
Right. Next time on, Laurie continues to just skim the lessons of Judaism. Mom says, if you don't take this seriously, I do not want Eli to waste his time.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think his mother's wrong.
I don't either. Lenza arrives, and the dinner time prayer does not go well.
No.
Because she doesn't include the J-man in her prayer.
Right. She just says Allah, and his dad doesn't quite understand what's happening.
Okay. Lindsay and Elmer hang out with another English and ex-Amish couple and discuss porn, as you do when you're sitting around. Lindsay says, that's it. I'm putting parental controls on this shit. You know what they need, Amanda? Covenant eyes.
Oh my God, they totally need covenant eyes.
They need covenant eyes, which go back and watch that commercial. It is so wild.
It's so creepy.
All superheroes have their weaknesses. Mine's
porn. What?
Muhammad and Jen chat about the terrorist comment, and Jen says, I'm not here to apologize.
Great. So
I will say this show feels short.
It does the episodes feel really short.
And I told you, I thought it was going to be 6 episodes. I think it might be 8. I don't see it going to 10.
I don't see it going to 10 either. I don't see it going to 10. And I just want to come back real quick because we just said, Laurie's potential mother-in-law saying, if you're not going to take this seriously, don't waste my son's time.
Yes.
There's a difference here to me of the mother trying to help this woman convert, because this woman has said she wants to convert, which is very different than Kris and Lenza, where Lenz is not interested in converting, and the
Yes.
father's now trying to force this on.
Yes.
So Laurie has said, I'm going to convert. So the mother's like, I will help you.
Yeah,
Versus
Laurie's like
you
running
have-
through the charade. She
Yes.
is she's doing
She's
her
always
lines
trying
here.
to pretend.
Yeah.
And it's not going good. She's
I
not a
just-
good pretender.
I just don't love her. I
don't
just
either.
think she's all of these people, with the exception of Long Island Medium,
Mm-hmm.
all of these people, I think, seem respectful
Yes.
about the other's religion.
Mhm.
Laurie's not
No.
at all.
No.
She's like,
the way
oh, I have to keep a
half-assing this.
non-kosher kitchen. This is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like that's just a real bad attitude to show up
right.
with, dude.
What?
Rabbi
I have to
Block,
cover my hair?
Rabbi Block is going to punch you in the face. And I'm here
Rabbi
for it.
Block rightfully has no time for her.
Yes.
Rabbi
tired.
Block.
Tired.
Rabbi Block is tired of Laurie's shenanigans because he's like, you're not taking this seriously.
He's been dealing with the likes of Laurie for way too long. And he goes home at night to his wife and he says, I'm tired of this bitch.
Right. Like,
Mhm.
we probably wouldn't say bitch, but like,
What would he call her? What's a good insult?
I don't know. Shiksa.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
The fact that she's like, you know, what is God doing during Rosh Hashanah? Getting cocktails? No.
That is so insulting. I
That
would
is
never
so
say that to
fucking
any religious
insulting.
person who is in a position of power.
If I were her and I did not know the answer, I would say, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Well, and if he says if you asked me what is God doing during Rosh Hashanah, okay? Now I have a very limited Roman Catholic background.
Right.
I would probably just say resting.
Maybe
Do
praying.
you know what I mean? Which is not
Yeah.
insulting.
No.
No,
No.
not
No.
out at Secrets in Ocean City, Maryland, floating around with the strawberry daiquiri.
I've had many a strawberry daiquiri at Secrets. I had many a strawberry daiquiri at Secrets the night that I slept on the beach in Ocean City.
I can't believe you slept on the beach. Oh my God.
Oh,
dude.
we were very young.
Ugh.
Very young.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
All right, my friend, that's our episode.
There we go.
Guys, if
Open
you
love.
want to leave us comments about things we've gotten wrong, please do so, because we're talking about some religions here that we are not well versed in. We're
Mm-mm.
doing our best. We're responding to what we're seeing on the screen.
Mhm.
All we can hope is that people are respectful to each other.
Yep.
But that doesn't seem to be happening with some of these couples.
No. Thank you, Jennifer.
Long Island Medium.
What a bitch she is.
What's her name? Teresa Caputo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Jennifer Caputo is her name now.
Caputo.
Caputo. Let's call her Caputo.
I only know him because Sal from Howard Stern was obsessed with her.
Oh,
He
okay.
became friends with her and her husband.
Okay.
It was
Matt
weird.
and Jake interviewed her once.
Really?
Yes. Years ago.
Hmm. Okay. All
Maybe
right.
during the pandemic, like early on. But yeah, no, go look. They interviewed her. It was very hilarious.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Today's Monday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Reality Squad
Woo!
with Sarah on YouTube again, talking about Welcome to Plathville and Gypsy Rose, my two favorite things.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So scoot on over to YouTube and catch that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amanda and I are back on. Oh, and then Christine and I will have House of Dragon.
Right.
And Amanda and I are back with Welcome to Plathville on Wednesday.
Yes.
Very
we
excited.
are.
Very excited.
Haven't watched it yet, but we'll see
And
what happens.
we will have deets on Kate Casey's interview.
Yes, we'll
Yes.
chat about that as well.
Yeah.
Because folks, if you want to listen to it, it's on Kate Casey's free feed.
Yes.
And she interviews Kim Plath. And
we highly
didn't go
recommend.
good.
We highly recommend the Flava Flav interview right before, which
For sure.
he's like paying for and sponsoring the U.S. women's water polo team.
I
which
know.
is
He's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
Great. He's
Yeah.
great. All right, guys. If you want to connect with us on a deeper level, that was weird.
That was weird.
Jump into Backdoor Friends, our Facebook group, and support the show by leaving us a review. So many of you have left really nice reviews, and we really appreciate it. We got
really
a bunch.
lovely.
We
I
got a
know. I
bunch.
was looking the other day.
They're really
There's
nice.
really lovely ones. Thank you.
And you can also jump onto Little Miss Recap Extra and catch some true crime stuff over there. And
There
some
you go.
culty stuff and Sister Wives. All right, Amanda, thank you so much. Oh,
My
read
pleasure.
Amanda's Substack. The link is in the show notes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.